How's it going, guys? RAGINxxC here, and amid all of the crazy stuff going around, coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever, I'm a teacher, as you all know. My state of Louisiana has decided to close all schools for about a month, and so for me, what that means is a lot of boredom. I don't do well sitting at home all the time. I do actually enjoy my job. Get to, hang out with the kids all day, and then the thing I really enjoy the most is coaching, and that has now been canceled too. It's actually kind of depressing, but I will be okay. But until then, I have a month of things I can do. So, not just Bakugan. I'm going to use this time to be kind of creative and see what I can branch into. And I mean, Bakugan's in a bit of a lull right now anyway. So I wanted to bring you people, my faithful viewers, something of some different stuff that I'm actually looking forward to coming out this year. I should be playing like Mystery Dungeon and stuff soon, like on streaming stuff. I don't know if it's going to be Twitch or YouTube, but other than that, we have two games that I'm actually really excited for. And the first one I'm going to show you is a board game, I think produced by Spin Master, but put on by Come On Games, which I think had something to do with Munchkin, if you know what that is. If not, it's not a big deal. I mean, Munchkin is a big deal, but not knowing it isn't a big deal. Anyway, so what I have here is the gameplay trailer, and I'm just going to let it roll, and then we're going to kind of talk about the game itself. But this is something I'm actually really excited for. I've never actually been a part of a Kickstarter before, and it's weird because why would Spin Master, a company with so much money and so much revenue and stuff, need to kickstart to do something? And that was kind of, I saw this a long time ago, and that was kind of what was like holding me back. Like, what the hell are they doing? Why do they need this? But then I realized that once I got to the page again, and it was about $2 million that they had gone. I basically, what I'm trying to say is that they made this game and geared their marketing strategy towards Kickstarter alone. And it really worked out for them. And Come On Games, or Simon, people call it, I don't know, I think it's Come On, but they took it and kind of did their magic with it because they're really used to doing stuff on Kickstarter. And basically what happened was we started out with a base game, and it's all these characters. It's got Red Skull's the bad guy, Taskmaster's the bad guy, Ultron's the bad guy, and then you have the characters, and I think it's Captain America, Iron Man, not Spider-Man. You'll see him in the video, and I'll look him up here in a second. Captain Marvel's one too, and it's like a base set, and that's what Spin Master is really going to take care of. But in order to make it more interesting for everybody, Simon took it and expanded it into amazing things. Okay, basically, if you got the ultimate Kickstarter backing thing, you're gonna get like 70 different characters and like 5 different expansions, and it's gonna be really cool, and I'm really excited about it. In the background here, you've been seeing the gameplay, but let's go to the Kickstarter website just so I can show you what is actually going to be happening. So here we are. This is the Marvel United Kickstarter page. I think it's all done. You can do a late pledge. I don't know. I've never really done this before, but there's 21,000 people backing. And the total pledge number was $2,866,000. And it just kind of went off, really. It got really crazy. You can go watch the trailer, like on YouTube and stuff. There's a couple different ones, because you're going to see why in a second. But it's really interesting. Let me kind of explain the game to you. All right, so Marvel United. So it's a board game, and basically you have a villain in the middle of a circle, and you have, I think, up to 4 heroes. Each hero has their own deck of cards that come with their hero cards here. And there's different things on them, like a move square, a fight square, or there's a wild card here. There's another yellow one that's like a hero. Oh yeah, the star here. That is what lets you kind of save people or apply a basically a tick down on a card over here. And basically, you're trying to beat the villain. The villain is trying to kill you or win the game. And so, as the heroes, you're moving around these zone squares here, or location squares, and you are either trying to save civilians or kill goons. Goons are like the little bad guys that just take like one little hit to flick off the board. But also, you'll be going around and you might land on, like, say, Crossbones here, and he has like 6 damage. And every time you do something, you get something. So if you kill Crossbones, you're gonna pull that card off, and then under this card is a little like zone area effect, and it like changes the game somehow. Every time the bad guy does something, basically his little timer goes up. See if I can find the little. No. His little timer thing goes up, and once he gets to 20, you can lose. And that's what's really interesting about this game to me, is that you can actually like lose the game. Because like the villain wins, and it makes it like, there's a little more risk to playing the game. It's not just like playing a board game like, oh, we'll be done with this in 2 hours or whatever. And you're not. It's like a 40-minute game time or something. But the other thing about this is the figures are so cool. And I'm going to scroll down and we're going to look at these things, but oh my God, they're not painted. Before we get down there, they're not painted. And so for people who like to paint, this is kind of really cool for you. If not, they're still really, really cool. And I'm going to have like my own little shelf up here for them. And I think probably like, how do you work a camera? Here? There. I'm going to put a shelf right here with all my little characters on it. But okay, let's go through it. So basically, this is the base game, all right? So Red Skull, Ultron, Taskmaster are going to be your bad guys. Each one of those you can interchange out. So you can have basically 3 versions of the game in the base game, and then a lot more interchangeability after that even. So each one has their own little character card up here. They have their own BAM effect, which says if they land on a space moving around, that they get their BAM effect, and then whatever else is on that space that they landed. So it's like a boom, they landed, something's about to happen kind of deal. And then also just their normal effect. So this one, I think Red Skull is like if you... he does something and he counts how many bad guys are on the field, and then he gets so many points or whatever. But yeah, so hero-wise, you're getting Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Captain America, and Captain Marvel. So you get 5. A nice spread of boys to girls here, so that's really awesome, and some pretty iconic characters. And again, each one is going to get their own little deck, and that's what's going to make this game interesting, because there are a lot of characters. So throughout the campaign of the Kickstarter, we went and spent a lot of money. A lot of people joined, a lot of people spent money, and it got crazy. So let me make this a little bigger for you, a little more interesting. Can I not move this? Okay, never mind. All right, so the stretch goals. As we went, each like couple $1,000s, they were like, here, we're going to give you another hero, or here, we're going to give you another villain. It started getting crazy, and you're about to see all of these are going to be given to the people who gave to the Kickstarter, and it's insane. Each one of these is a different character with a different deck with a different ability. And so the game is going to have a lot of, playing around with to make it a different game. All right, so let's go through them. I'm not going to say all of them because there are a lot, but Nick Fury, Hawkeye is one of my favorites. Luke Cage is awesome. Moon Knight, someone you don't see too often, is really cool. War Machine is awesome. I love War Machine. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. I'm a big Marvel guy. I've recently been like reading Marvel, because I never really had the chance to as a kid, so I'm really into it, and this game was right up my alley, and so I bought it. I spent a lot of money on it, but I love Marvel. I don't know who Shang-Chi is, but Blade is one of my favorite characters. I'm a really good anti-hero fan. Venom, obviously. Venom, Ghost Rider, speaking of which. dad here. The Venom sculpt looks so cool. I love it so much. Jessica Jones from Netflix, if you know about that. There's Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is my actual favorite hero. Venom is, really close to me, but Ghost Rider is amazing. This is Robbie Ray's Ghost Rider, which is new Ghost Rider. He's got like a mohawk and stuff. And instead of a motorcycle, he drives like a flame demon car thing. It's kind of cool. I haven't read any of that yet, so I really don't know a lot about Robbie Ray's. But continuing on, the Falcon. I love this sculpt because it's just massive. Look at the wings. Nova, I don't know a lot about. Vision, of course, from Marvel. Avengers. Elektra and Daredevil, really cool addition. America Chavez, don't know who she is, but Spider-Man 2099 is awesome. Everybody likes him. Punisher's dope with a giant rocket launcher. Doctor Strange, Quicksilver, Nebula. Alright, so now we're getting into the villains. Again, each one of these villains is a whole new gameplay. The villain is the rules of the game. So they might say, if you do this, or if the villain gets to this place, this happens, or it changes the game state. Okay. So Corvus Glaive, Bullseye, MODOK, really popular. Carnage, who is my favorite villain. So Venom and Carnage. I'm reading Absolute Carnage right now. I love it. Carnage is amazing. Hela, Kingpin, Baron Zemo, he's pretty cool. Dormammu is dope, and Rhino is really dope. I love Rhino. He's huge. And you might be saying, wow, there's a lot of villains missing. Well, guess what? All these expansions are going to come out with the game as well. So, Infinity expansion, of course Thanos is going to be in the game. It's its own game, though. It's the same game, sorry, but with a whole nother gameplay mechanic. So, you have his, Sons of Thanos, and you fight one of them, and there's the Infinity Stones. They're here, in this little deck right here. You mix them into whoever the bad guy is, his deck, and then as they're going, if they pull one, I didn't really explain the game that well. Watch the trailer. Watch the gameplay trailer so you understand what I'm talking about. Once he gets an Infinity Stone, Thanos' deck gets it. But once you beat the bad guy, then you have to fight Thanos with the Infinity Stones in his deck, and they have crazy abilities on them. So it's really cool. So this is an expansion. You get these characters, you get this stuff, and then you get this Infinity Gauntlet for the stones. It's actually really cool. Moving on to the Black Panther. So Black Panther, Winter Soldier, and forgot her name, but this is Killmonger, right? And each one has new zones, each one has new decks, each one has new villains, and each one comes with a new mechanic. So this one comes with these little token things, and basically these say that you are taking control as a hero, taking control of protecting a certain zone. And so you can add this on to any expansion that you have, and it's protecting a zone. So okay, the villain's on my zone, I need to get over there instead of prioritizing what I'm doing now. And so it changes the game flow a little bit, and it's really interesting. Moving on. Oh, by the way, this comes with Yondu, a little extra. The Ultimate Pledge. All right, so here's what we're getting. Here's what I'm getting. I'm going to put this stuff on the channel too. So here's what we're getting. The Sinister Six, which is really awesome. You fight all of the Sinister Six at one time. It is actually kind of its own thing, more so than the other ones. The Black Panther, Tales of Asgard, so Thor, Loki, Valkyrie, Guardians of the Galaxy. You can kind of guess how that's going to go, and then Spider-Man Universe one. More figures. We have Gamora, Beta Ray Bill, which is a different version of Thor. I don't know how to explain it. And Spider-Ham, Spider-Pig Man. He's going to be here. Yondu, we get Adam Warlock, who is, I'm pretty sure is the guy who destroyed Thanos in the comics, which is really cool to have. Somebody who doesn't have a lot of exposure in pop culture Marvel. And so here's a Sinister Six one, and I'll just kind of scroll. You can pause if you want to see everything. Here's the Guardians of the Galaxy one, the Spider-Man one. It's kind of lame that Spider-Man's not in the base set, but it's okay because I paid for everything anyway, so I'm getting it anyway. There's a playmat that's coming out. It's really dope coming out. I'm coming with that, and a bunch of nice cardboard locations. So anyway, that is Marvel United. I'm super excited for it. If you guys want me to go in more detail about the game, I'll do a whole breakdown video of how to play and everything if you want me to. Post down in the comments if you want that. I'd be more than happy to. Again, I have 4 weeks. Next game I want to talk about is Digimon card game. And so this is going to be a little shorter version of what I just did with Marvel United, but Digimon card game is coming out, and I know that this is really sketchy for a lot of people, because if you know anything about Digimon and you know anything about card games, they don't mix very well. And it's kind of bad, but basically, there's coming out with a new game. You can look it up. There's cards coming out. Basically, there's base cards, and you evolve up, and you have like a chain of effects because of your evolutions and stuff. The gameplay looks really fun. It's based off of Chrono Clash, and it changes around Chrono Clash. It's not an expansion of Chrono Clash. It's its own thing. But here we go. You have some of the stuff. They evolve, and then when you evolve, you get all the effects of the previous Digimon under it, and then you attack and you fight and stuff. So, I know this is really short. My camera's running out of battery, so I'm shortening it down. But again, I will separate this into a separate video if you would like me to. There's a whole how to play video. We can go over that and go over some of the cards. I would love to do that if you want me to. But if not, whatever. But post in the comments what you want me to talk about. These are 2 things that I am excited for. This is a selfish video. But I thank you for watching. Come back to the channel. The next 4 weeks are going to be really busy. I should be doing all kinds of stuff. So again, this is a chance for me to explore my creativity and practice my video making capabilities. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Got a lot coming, and I appreciate you being here. See you next time. Bye.